buy toners all the time at pawn shops. You need a toner. The tips break, they break. They're just plastic. I'll use any probe, whether it be Fluke or Tempo or Greenlee or whatever they're calling themselves these days. And I kind of know what kind of price that I like to be on those, around 30 bucks or so for one in decent shape, that all the button and all that stuff seems to be working okay. And went into the pawn shop today and saw this bad boy. Was like, oh, 35 bucks if it's got the toner and the probe. I just need the probe and I'll worry about the toner later, because we don't use anything other than the Fluke toners. They have that IntelliTone. You can't see it in the bag because that's kind of part of what this video is all about. But we use the Fluke, and generally we don't actually use their inexpensive, I think that's like the Pro 3000 tone generator. We actually use a TS100 TDR because it has the same IntelliTone whatever built into it that the tone generator that comes with the Fluke set. But as you're looking at this and listening to me talk about this probe set, and of course any of you guys that are in low voltage know, do you see anything that's actually different? Pulled it out and I was like, okay, well, let me check this out. Had this. So all I care about was, just for the most part, the condition of it and does it work. So I didn't notice anything special. Turned the volume all the way up and then cranked it over to one of the sides and then just tested. Does it actually test something? I was like, oh, well, it must be on the wrong side. Let me just go ahead and switch it over here. I was like, huh. I actually wasn't given that feedback, so that's kind of a little bit, that's basically what it sounded like. I was like, well, that's kind of a little bit different. Kind of a little bit different tone than I've heard from them, and I was like, okay, well, no big deal. And by now, you may have already seen this. I didn't know this, but this is a complete ripoff. This is a counterfeit product. So basically I just wasted $35, but that's interesting. I didn't know they had two different tones on there. I wonder if the Tempos have it as well too. But I was just like, I was looking at it in the truck on the way home and I was just like, hold on, that don't look right. And then I noticed from the bag itself, they generally will have a faded logo on there. So anyways, just be aware that they're out there. And so far, just based on what I see, this thing looks pretty damn brand new and it's horrible. So I don't know if that's why it was at a pawn shop because it was broken, or that's how crappy these counterfeits are. So just be aware that they're out there.